There's so many ways to make money in this market.
So the big question is, what are top agents doing to absolutely crush it in real estate? To get the answers, we interview the top real estate agents to learn their secrets to success. If you would like one-on-one access to over 26 of the top agents in the country to help you scale your business, then head over to eliteagentsecrets.com/partner, or you can just click the link in the description below. My name is Andrew Dunn.
And my name is Peter Michael. Welcome to Elite Agent Secrets.
So this kind of rolls into your second topic, which is actually to do with market conditions and kind of what you're seeing going on. Obviously, this is very specific to your local market, but unpack, a little bit more about that, why that's your second topic, and what your kind of thoughts are on market conditions as they lie. And I'd also be curious to hear what you think is going to happen to the market, whether it be like 1, 2, 5 years down the line.
Right now, where I'm at, we're starting to see a little bit of that downward turn. So sellers aren't getting that top dollar, where they're getting, like you said, multiple bids that are 30, 40,000 over asking. It's just not happening anymore. And I'm having to explain this to sellers who still in their mind think that they're going to get 60,000 more than what I tell them that it's worth. I say, look, you can list it for that. And when it sits for 2 months, and people start asking me what is wrong with your house, I'm going to come back to you and say, I tried to tell you, you're not going to get this extra whatever, because our market is starting to kind of do that downward turn and level. So it's making it easier for our buyers that are qualified and don't mind the higher interest rate to get a house and not having to pay that over asking and cut out home inspections and title policies and all that good stuff. So for where I'm at, it's really kind of leveled out a little bit, and it's not like it was, let's say, a month ago.
Even a month? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest with you, I think that's kind of happening across the board, unless you're in a very big relocation market like me down here in Southeast Florida, where, instead of getting 15 offers, we're getting like 5. And instead of getting 50K over ask, we're getting like 5 or 10K, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think one of the things that we have to also keep into perspective is you have to keep in mind what your market is heavily based on.
Right.
Do you live in like a more stable area where people are coming in and they're coming in for work, or are they relocating for a certain purpose, like being close to family, or the political environment around certain states versus others, right? Which is, I think, this is the biggest wild factors that are going to influence markets all across, right? California is seeing a big exodus. That's why states like Arizona, Texas, Nevada are big, and Florida for those relocations. Same thing like in Florida. I can only speak because this is my own market. Chicago, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Washington, D.C. That's where I'm seeing a lot of people coming in from.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't written a local offer, and I don't even know how long, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah. In fact, I was telling him earlier, I had a condo right outside of Tampa. And everybody that I came across was either they were like from Sweden, New York, New Jersey. Nobody was local. And of course, here comes Texas to town. So, yeah, it was like a big just collaboration of people worldwide. And it was amazing to me. Yeah. Now, where I'm at, they're either moving in for a job or they're getting closer to family, because I'm kind of in a rural area. It's not like Dallas or those big cities. I mean, you got what you need, and that's that. There's no major metroplex.
But there's advantages to that, right? So when you have somebody coming in, they're looking for something very specific that your market offers.
Right.
So you don't have to deal with all the other crap and BS that other markets that are like, oh, I just want to move here because it's hot.
Yeah. Yeah. And I actually had a guy move back up north. He was like, it's too hot here. I'm out. And he went back up north.
That would literally be me. Get to Texas 10 minutes later, I'm out, boys. In fact, I might get off the plane, get, the little stairway down from the plane, get to the bottom of the stairway, go to the other stairway to the back of the plane, get back on the fucker just to sit back down.
Exactly.
It's too hot for me here, guys. Be too hot.
It is hot.
When it comes to like the whole interest rates, I'm just curious, the interest rates and the market conditions, because I reckon, I mean, I could be wrong, but it sounds like your market is potentially less influenced by kind of outside forces. Maybe it sounds like maybe you've got a bit more of stability there, where like, I'm not sure if you have huge like fluctuations of like everyone's going to move and then everyone's leaving and then it's like kind of a bit madness. Like with Florida's like huge flourishes of people, and then this goes with states, and like Tennessee's had it, New York's had it, Cali's had it, Arizona, Tennessee, Texas, Colorado are having big spates of people, obviously Florida as well, moving to them. But when it comes to those two things, like interest rates and market conditions, just from your side, is there anything you see in the bigger market in the US that you think is important to kind of be for people to be aware of, that you kind of wanted to share? Because I think there is a lot more going on out, in the bigger and broader market, right?
Yeah, it's not so much for them to be aware, but this is kind of what I predict. This is a conversation between all of our local agents. Next year, the next year I think is going to be the year for investors, because I think you're fixing to have a huge onslaught of foreclosures. And the reason I think that is your interest rates went up. And you've got buyers that I call them cash poor, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, they either have money for their down payment or their closing costs, but not both. So the ones that bid at the higher interest rate and skivvied in and just barely, okay, we can make this work. Well, then, and I'm sure this was a nationwide thing, our tax rates here doubled. So everybody's taxes are going to go up. So what I foresee happening is the ones that had the higher interest rate, and now all of a sudden you're adding all these extra taxes, have a funny feeling a bunch of those will foreclose because now they're in a position they can't pay that house note anymore. And so I think our next year is going to have a bunch of foreclosures, which is where all your investors are coming in. So for a real estate agent, if you think like I do, it doesn't matter if you're in a good market for buyers or a great market for sellers, or if it's your investors, you have some of each. So you're going to survive whatever downturn this market does. Because I think I was telling somebody the other day, I said, none of us have a crystal ball. I wish I could look at it and say, okay, well, this is what the world is going to do next year and the next month. I said, but I don't. I said, you never know what the politicians are going to do or what's going to come down from there. I said, so you just kind of got to ride with the flow and adjust accordingly to whatever is happening around you. But that's kind of what I see coming down the pipeline. And it may do a complete 360 in a month, and I'd be totally wrong. You just got to ride it out and see.
So your mindset around it is important for everyone listening. It's the fact that it's like, this is my prediction, but I've set myself up to the fact that like, irrespective of what the fuck the market does, I'm going to be fine. And that's mindset thing. That's not a market thing, right? Like, there's a lot of agents. I'm sure you've known a lot. We've seen a lot come and go. Technically, 87% come and go every year. And it's like, it's a mindset problem. It's not a market problem. It's like all the top agents, you said you've been producing at basically a high level like this essentially since you started. And it's like, that's not a market thing. That's a mindset thing. Like that's the difference, right? It's like, you're just like, well, the market's changing. So I'm just going to pivot and move and change with it. Not, oh, the whole fucking world's going to end. Let's close doors.
Yeah. And we had this conversation not long ago. I said, with this market, the way it's been, where basically you can get a listing, throw it on the market, you don't have to do shit to it, and you got 10 offers, has come to an end. But you had all these people see dollar signs in their eyes and go, oh, I'm going to be a real estate agent. This is so good. This is hot money. I guarantee you 80% of those people will get out of this market because they have no idea how to actually handle a downturn market or even an upturn. They just saw easy money. And another agent said, I just hope it weeds those people out because they make the rest of us look bad.
100% it will. It's the same thing that happened in 2008. It weeded out all the shitty mortgage lenders. All of them went
Mm-hmm.
because the easy money went, and they went off to do all the other shady shit, that they were kind of vibing on easy money stuff, and they're just going to chase their tail. But that's again, this is like a mentality thing, and it's a mindset. Like I touched on, it's like they inherently are chasing like that easy, quick sale, easy money, and then they'll go on to the next thing. I actually think it's going to be fucking brilliant for the real estate market because all of those people are going to get out. There's going to be way more money. There's already loads. All the top agents have had the best years the last couple of years. Every top agent we've ever spoken to be like, the market's been amazing. It's been phenomenal. But it's like you said, there's been a lot of people coming going, I'm going to try and get some quick money coming in because it's so easy. I think a lot of them actually probably didn't produce almost anything. I think they might have got the odd listing or the odd deal, but they're competing with far more experienced people who've really doubled down on this, who know the markets well. And I think a lot of them won't have even got this far, if I'm honest. I think there will be a certain portion, but I think a lot of people got their license and just went, fuck, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my guess. That'd be my guess.
And of course, in real estate, it doesn't matter what, I say genre, what part of it you're in, there's always money to be made. Whether you're investing in it, you're flipping it, you're selling it. There's so many ways to make money in this market. So, and smart agents started investing money in real estate and rentals and passive income. So people with the mindset like me are going, well, I'm fine. I've got passive income. I've got investments. I've got this. But the rest of them are going, oh my God, I'm so broke. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have all this money put back. And I know an agent like that is, and I get tickled. He'll tell me, well, I've only got 2 months of reserves and then I'm broke. And I'm over here thinking, well, if you know you've only got 2 months, then why the hell are you not like working at Walmart or something, calling people, making videos, something to keep yourself from going broke? So I think, like I said, this market is going to weed out a bunch of those people.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you would like one-on-one access to over 26 of the top agents in the country to help you scale your business, then head over to eliteagentsecrets.com/partner, or you can just click the link in the description below.